What's up, Johnnies Nation? Welcome back to the show. I'm Ian Jackson, St. John's Redstone point guard. I'm here with my teammate, Dylan Darlin. What's the word, bro? What's going on?
Everything's good. Everything's good. It's getting closer to the season. Trying to lock everything in, but everything's good. Everything's well.
Yeah. Settled in with classes and practice and everything. It was kind of smooth. A smooth transition. Just understanding the main thing is the main thing. Taking care of stuff in the classroom so you could just worry about stuff on the floor.
Yeah, it's been smooth. Nothing too crazy. I got about like one class a day, and then just taking care of everything. Morning workouts, and then in the afternoon is practice. Go home, sleep, eat. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy at all.
Practice come back from the summer. It's been longer, obviously. So that's probably the biggest thing. Just having to compete at a high level for a longer period of time. And play to a certain standard for the whole practice period. It's probably been the biggest change, and I think it's been good for us. We got a lot from it. We grew as a team, as individuals. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, it's good. I think we're slowly coming together. I think that stuff, it takes time, and I guess if we're just in there every day going 100%, it'll come together soon enough. And I don't know, it don't even feel like it's too much longer. By the time I feel like it was honestly the same amount of time in the summer, but but it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, I mean, I think the guard battles are good. They're fun. I'm gonna start making more shots here soon, and Ian's gonna be in trouble. But until then, he's got the upper hand. But it's good. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun being on the court with all these talented dudes that you can take bits and pieces from.
Yeah, for sure. I think for me it's been great. Because we got a lot of older guards, to compete with. So for me, being a little bit younger and then competing with guards who've done it, who's played point guard for years, and it's me by my first year in a little minute playing point guard. It's been great, going up against high-level talented guards, taking bits and pieces from their game, having to guard them, putting pressure on myself to get stops and compete. So for me, it's been challenging, but it's been super fun. And I'm enjoying it.
What have you guys picked up from each other on the court so far?
From Dill, I think I learned how to be a little bit more patient with the ball. Not really in a panic to get the ball out of your hand I'm still learning, because I still mess up a little bit, but just not in a rush to get rid of the ball, take care of it, just make the right reads.
Yeah, and for me, I would just say like a little bit of Ian and like I feel like Ian and like Joe-san even like I just feel like them dudes, they don't. Not in like a bad way, but like they're not out there thinking. They're not really out there in their head. And I think like sometimes I overanalyze things and like get in my head a little bit and overthink for no reason. But like I think like Ian, he'll make his moves, he'll shoot the ball and like no hesitation about it, no thinking, just out there flowing. And I think that's something that I'm trying to start working on more. Stop thinking out there.
So obviously there's a lot of guards on the team this year. What are your opinions and thoughts on the potential of going small ball at any given moment?
I think in terms of going small ball, I think with this team, there's a majority and a lot of different things you can do in terms of lineup and size and things like that. Because we have so much depth, a lot of guys can come in and impact the game in various ways. And even in practice, like we see it in practice, like some days, some teams will win. Like any team in practice can win. It's not really too lopsided. So I feel like we can go a lot of different ways in that area, which is great for us. We can show different looks, give different things to different teams. But yeah, so I think we have a super deep team and we can do a lot of different things in lineups.
Yeah, for sure. I think this team is super versatile. We got a bunch of different lineups we could throw out there at you, and small ball could definitely work. I don't know how much we want to do that because we got some pretty good big fellas on this team. So I don't know how much we will be able to do that. But if need be, somebody gets in foul trouble or that's just the way the game's going. We can absolutely switch to that and get rolling like that too, which kind of makes us pretty dangerous.
Playing 13 years at the Garden, I'm extremely excited. Just being home, playing in front of my family, friends, and playing such a place that's so historic in New York, and be a part of something great this year.
Now, for me, I'm excited. Super excited. I mean, for me, I was playing in front of 1,500, 2,000 people last year, so I'm super excited and honestly can't wait. Today we got a special guest on the pod. Everybody give a warm welcome to our associate head coach, Steve Masiello. Round of applause.
Coach, what's going on, man?
Dax, what's up, my man?
What's going on?
What's happening?
So, Coach, for those who's watching who don't really know your background in coaching, you give them like a brief summary of like how everything went.
Started my career with coach at Kentucky. Finished up there. Got right into coaching at Tulane University down in New Orleans. Was there for 8 months, which was a lot of fun. Then I was an assistant coach at Manhattan. And I went back with coach at the University of Louisville for 6 years. And then I became the head coach of Manhattan College in Riverdale, New York. I was there for, I think, 11 years. Then I got fired from there, and I went to Iona for a year with Coach Pitino, and now we've been at St. John's going into our 3rd year. So it's been great. I've been very fortunate to spend a lot of time back home in New York, which is awesome. But I've also been able to be out of New York as well to get different experiences. So I've been very fortunate. Yeah, I mean, I think everyone finds a passion. Mine was basketball when I was younger, and I had the opportunity to go play for coach at Kentucky. Went to a Final Four, won a national title, played with, I believe, 13 different pros. Had a great run playing for Coach Pitino. Then he left for the Celtics, and then Coach Smith took over. So we had a great run. Really learned what winning was about and the great things that come from winning. I was fortunate to meet President Clinton when we went to the White House and got to meet a ton of people, network with a ton of people. So I think the thing that hit me early on was winning changes lives. It really opens a lot of doors for you, and I was very fortunate I was spoiled. My first 2 years went to 2 Final Fours with a national title. I thought that's what you do every year. It's great to be around winning and winners.
So I heard that you first met Coach P as a ball boy for the Knicks. So like, how did that opportunity?
Who told you that?
Huh?
Who told you that?
I'm the guy behind the camera.
That is a true story. I was I met Mark Jackson, who obviously went to St. John's royalty, and he invited me to a practice. They practiced. I lived in White Plains, and they practiced right near White Plains at the time at SUNY Purchase. And I went. The trainer Mike Saunders, they were down. They needed help, so I helped out, and I basically never left. Coach was 1989. Coach was the head coach. They went 52-30 that year, and they went to the Eastern Conference semifinals and lost to Chicago. And it's kind of got my basketball story going right there. So from 12 years old, I was around Coach and Mark Jackson, Ewing, Oakley, Johnny Newman, Rod Strickland. And, so it was a great experience for me. And I just have a lot of great memories.
Coach Maz, what you look for in a player?
Oh, great question. I think obviously when you get past the basic stuff of the talent and, being ability, and you really start to compare players and you get down to the levels of, well, who do we like better for us? For me, resiliency is really important. Mental fortitude, ability to what I like to see is young men who fail or struggle, or maybe I might be 0 for 10, but they're willing to take the game-winning shot. Might be they've had some challenges and they've worked through. But I love people who are extremely passionate, have great urgency, but really know how to handle adversity. I think that's so important today. I think so many young people really struggle sometimes with adversity, and the ability to bounce back from a failure for me is paramount. That's why you two are here.
Can you explain some of that recruiting process and what they brought to the table as individuals?
Very different. I've known him since he was a young boy in New York. So I've seen him for a long time. got to see him a lot at Hayes, OSL, being around the Whiz Kids. So I've known Ian, just from being around the area and me coaching in the area. So I was very familiar with Ian. Dylan, knew about him last year, knew about his time at Washington State. But when we really dove into him as a staff and got to see, how special of a player he is and what he's accomplished. And then we brought him in on a visit and was really impressed by him, his character, the person he is, family background, kind of checked all the boxes. So very, very different guys, very different players, but both brings different unique qualities to the program that we were in need of. So we're very fortunate to have both of them. But they're both different in their own ways, but really help us. Yeah, I think shooting was a premium as we, looked through the portal. Even though these two guys,
I shot 40.
It's 0 for 5 the other day.
I shot 40.
Yeah. Anyway.
I see you shot 40?
Yeah.
Small volume.
No, it's not. It was more than 4 attempts a game.
So we wanted to make sure shooting with athleticism, character was first, right? Guys who understood here, good people, aren't afraid to work, and understood what it meant to play at St. John's and for Coach Pitino. So that was first. But I think last year we thought we had good depth, and then you kind of get into the roster and you get into some things, and maybe we weren't as deep as we thought. So I think this year we really wanted to make sure our depth 1 through 10, where we felt comfortable. There really wasn't a big drop off between 1 through 10. Obviously, there are certain guys are going to be more impactful, but we feel very comfortable with the 10 guys we have that they can step on the court and help us. And that's not to say 11, 12, 13, 14, or 15 can't, but attacking those first 10, prioritizing those needs, seeing how they fit together was really important for us to make sure we can make a deep run and kind of try to replicate what we did last year.
I'll say Coach Mass on a daily just make sure that you're at a certain standard every day. There's no days where we're gonna let you get any less than 100% or put out anything less than 100%. And I feel like it's huge. You need somebody to not you need, but it's always good to have somebody to beside yourself to give you an extra push. Feel like
you need it. Let's stop it. You need it.
make sure somebody's there to kind of keep you going. Make sure let you know that there's more to do. Never let you get comfortable, and just keep trying to push in for the best every day. So that's what I get from Coach Mass every day.
Yeah, it's good in the sense of I think Coach Mass pushes us all, and I think he just kind of sets a standard that you're gonna give your best every single day, and I think honestly for all of us, I think that's a little bit of an adjustment. Specifically myself, coming from where I came from, we didn't really practice like this, nor at the end of the day, I would just say at the level I was at, I was a little bit better than other dudes. So, I didn't have to fully bring it. And then here, body's hurting, you're tired, you're drained, but, it doesn't matter. You're going to be in there giving 100%, and it's good. I think we all need that. We're all getting better. I think if you look, I was telling our big man Tamba the other day that from when we got here in June to now, he's gotten so much better. And I mean, same thing with Ian. He's gotten so much better defensively. And I was I think that goes to show how well coached we are here and how hard we do go.
Yeah, I think he said this isn't normal or something. For me, it's all I know. Because when I got to college in '97, you want to talk about some intense practices. Those were, this is like a Walt Disney movie compared to what those were like, And so but I think that's with the game of basketball. I think, the game changes, and I don't think one necessarily is better than the other. It's just evolving, and coaches evolve. And I think, that's the greatest gift Coach Pitino has is for what he's accomplished, his ability to change. So I think our practices, we want to make sure we're the best conditioned team in the country. And I think last year you saw that the byproduct of that was a lot of comebacks in the second halves. And I think when we took the court, we felt that we were always the more conditioned team. So that goes to our strength coach and the training team, everything they do. But we want our practice to be more challenging than games. I think that's really important for our guys. We try to create internal adversity to see how our players respond, to put them in situations. So when you're at Creighton, late game situations, or you're at UConn or at Marquette, you can't really ever simulate that, but you want to make sure your guys are getting prepared as best you can for that, especially with the non-conference schedule we have this year. So coach has been very calculated with our practices and making sure what we want to accomplish. Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things, and coach, he wants to play everyone. So he loves that mindset, and he's very aggressive with playing people. He'll basically play anywhere, anyone. And Coach Walsh does a great job of kind of gathering information and working behind the scenes on, a lot of people say they want to play, but then when you call them and like, let's play, they don't want to play or they don't call you back, so there's a lot of legwork that goes into that. But I think this schedule, what you want to do is play as many different styles, which we will with a team like Alabama, who's a high-powered offense. Then you'll have a team like Ole Miss, who's going to be terrific defensively with Coach Beard in the half court, really guard. And obviously you'll have games like Kentucky, even Iona, all different styles, even starting with Towson, who's going to be a terrific offensive rebounding team, slow tempo down. So there's a lot of different styles that we're going to see, all to get you ready for the Big East and NCAA tournament. So I think, Coach Walsh, Coach Pitino, the staff, it's very choreographed. It's not by accident. And now hopefully we go out and execute.
Yeah, Coach Mass, what is the thing that we need to improve on the most to reach our goal this season?
He's already mimicking it. It's just getting you to talk.
Okay.
Getting you to talk. I think the most important, I think it's the hardest thing, and I think it's the challenge of college basketball today with the transfer portal. And you guys live it, right? You're thrown into with 9, 10 new players. And how close can you guys get in the summer and in 8 months where that connection, where you really know what each other are doing, your nonverbals, you know each other's games, getting that connection, building that chemistry. And chemistry isn't always just about getting along, right? It's about playing off of each other. So I think if we can try to fast forward that, I think that's really important for us. But I think our success will be determined by how good of a defensive team we are. And we need to be one of the elite defensive teams in the country. And if we can accomplish that, I think we have a real chance.
So, known Coach P for a while. What's some of the biggest lessons that you learned from him that's kind of like carried you through your career?
Good question. There's a lot. The first one would be honesty. He's really big on honesty. So giving him bad news immediately. No gray area, very black and white. It's really important. The ability to bounce back from setbacks. His ability to get back up after a loss, adversity, anything, I marvel at. It's really amazing how well he does it, how resilient he is. And it's something that I admire tremendously. And then his work ethic. I've never seen a person put the time, hours, and as obsessed. And obsessed is it's not even close to a word because it's so much more than obsession. I mean, he eats, sleeps, and breathes this. And he is the most competitive person, whether you're at a coffee shop with him or you're playing for the biggest championship. He absolutely hates to lose. So it's really, I've been very fortunate that I get to see him in the light I've been able to see him at different phases in my life. And I think probably at certain times in my life, I wasn't ready for it. But I really appreciate the opportunities I've had.
So, Coach,
Yeah.
how would you explain the resurgence in energy and culture surrounding St. John's basketball this season?
Yeah, I think the mindset is Coach is PhD, from passion, hungry, and driven. And I think that really says it all. You want guys with a little bit of edge to them who are extremely driven, who are hungry, aren't complacent. Humility is a really big thing. Gratitude and humility are really big in this program where we appreciate where we are. There's no entitlement, blue collar in a sense of where they're not afraid to work. And I think, I think the word culture gets overused a lot today. I think everyone has a culture and they put stuff on a wall. It's culture. But culture to me is just your day-to-day actions. And I think these guys, they have a day that is so organized and structured from the minute they wake up. They know what the standard is. They know what the expectation is, and they live it every day. And I think what really says it for us is the days they don't want to do it. That's going to happen. There are days you're not feeling it, but their ability to show up, I think that's a life lesson that really goes a long way, and it leads to great professionalism, not only as a player, but as a father, as a husband, as a man. I just think that's so important for these guys. And, that all starts at the top with Coach.
Well, Coach, you coach everywhere, but New York is home. So what does New York basketball mean to you?
New York, to me, is the trendsetter. It is what, I think a lot of the country and the world has tried to emulate, from street ball tournaments to, mixtapes, all different things, to the legendary parks of New York City that you played in so many of, whether it's Dykeman, Rutger, Citywide, UDCs. There's so many, little things in New York, hidden gems, Gershon, Brooklyn, that, you can go out at any time and see such great players that kind of got their, for lack of a better word, bumps and bruises coming up, especially for the New York guys. And I think it's great when you see players not from here try to come back and play in those environments, because it's talked about everywhere. So I think a lot of other areas have really gotten better in basketball, other areas in the country, whether it's DMV, the Chicago area, Texas, great players everywhere, but I think they're always chasing New York. I think when, Sinatra said it best, when you win in New York, you make it here, you make it anywhere. And that was Sinatra, right? So I think anytime you're having success, whether it's the Yankees, the Knicks, us, I just think it raises the profile of the city in basketball. And so I think right now there's a lot of great energy around New York because of the Knicks. I think some of the success we have had has helped that. But it's great. It's just great for New York. It's great for the brand. It's great for the youth. It's a blood transfusion that I think New York is needed, and it's fun to be a part of.
Coach, what are some of your passions off the court?
Passions, okay. Well, I like to play pickleball. I enjoy that. I play as much as I can. I'm very simple. I like to travel with my wife and my daughter and spend some time with them, and that's about it. I'm a simple guy. I'm basic cable, not a whole lot.
What's your favorite restaurant in New York?
Right now, I'm really high on the Polo Bar. I've been there a couple times. Polo Bar, Emilio Belato's probably right now 1 and 2 for me.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? I have a couple favorite movie. Top 2, probably going to go Godfather 1 and Meet Joe Black. Mm-hmm. Probably go with those 2. Usual Suspects would be a close 3.
Yeah.
But that's, you guys probably haven't seen.
I ain't seen none of those movies.
Yeah, it's flavor.
Kaiser Sose. I'm trying to give you.
What's your favorite book?
Favorite book? Good question. Again, I have a couple. Goggins Can't Hurt Me is top at all times. Really big on Simon Sinek. Starts with Why is one of my favorites. And then Rogue Warrior. It's about SEAL Team 6, Dick Marchenko. And I have to throw Make Your Bed in too. That's another. So I read a lot. I do a lot of Audible books. I've sent you a couple.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good enough.
All right.
I am. It can't hurt me.
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah.
Name your all-time NBA starting 5.
By position or best 5?
By position.
Best 5.
By position.
By position. By position is that's challenging. I'm gonna go Michael and Kobe on the wings. Mm-hmm. Going there. I'm gonna go Magic
at the 1.
Mm-hmm. Go Magic at the 1. At the 5, go a lot of ways right here.
It's more 5 to pick.
I'm gonna have to go Shaq.
All right.
I'm gonna have to go Shaq. And again, I'm really going based on the 80s of what I saw and on. Chamberlain and all those terrific players.
You gotta pick
the
Shaq.
The 4 is an interesting one, right? Because I could go Larry or Duncan. Mm-hmm. So it depends. Probably go Bird, but I could go Duncan as well. 6th man is Steph.
Yeah.
6th man is Steph. That's who I'm going.
I sub out Kobe. I love Kobe though.
You sub out Kobe for who?
Probably put Braun in there.
Who?
Braun. Probably put Braun in there.
LeBron for who?
No, LeBron is a little crazy.
No LeBron.
LeBron?
I mean,
Nah, I was about Kobe though. Kobe, my man. Nah, I can't
So
say Kobe.
you're
I
not
put
subbing
LeBron.
Kobe
I put LeBron to 4.
small ball.
Yeah, we can
You
figure.
so over Duncan and Bird.
Yeah. I put him Braun in there.
Okay.
You need Braun.
All right.
You need Braun. I go.
I like LeBron.
I'll probably start Steph too. To be
You
honest.
start Steph over Magic.
Yeah.
I think that's more generational stuff. Like you have you seen a lot of Magic?
Nah, not as much.
Right.
But I need some 3-ball in there, man. I need somebody to hit some shots. Keep everybody honest. Shaq can't really shoot
Michael
it.
and Kobe make some shots. They're pretty good at that.
I mean the midi, but like I need some 3 balls.
I think you need to.
Shaq can't really like shoot no 3. You got space to flow with somebody. Magic couldn't shoot for nothing.
That's why I got Steph as the 6th, and I got Bird. Bird's
Oh yeah, but Bird can knock it down. Yeah.
we could play. Set that up
I would probably have Steph
at the 1 over
at
Magic.
the 1,
Yeah.
and then Bron at the 4.
I just think Magic's a better facilitator with 2 of the greatest scorers in the history of our game on the wings. So I want to set the team up for
I think
success.
so. I think
Did you watch the Olympics though?
Did I watch the Olympics?
Did you watch the Olympics?
That's kind of
I
a
think
silly question.
I
mean-
think those guys, Kobe and Jordan, draw so much attention.
Right.
Steph would just get so much easy
He
shots.
would.
You feel me?
He would get a lot of shots.
need
That's why,
somebody-
again, I have him as the 6th man. It's not like I have him. I mean, he's right there. He's right. Like,
But the first 5, 6, 7 minutes is gonna be missed because Magic can't really shoot it, so they could start sending double teams off Magic, man. Like you feel me? I need somebody to knock that down. Send no doubles,
very, very good point.
but we'll figure it out.
But LeBron, I just want to make sure I understand this. Are you putting him in that lineup, and for
Yeah, Braun is in there for sure. No matter
so you taking out
Tim Duncan or Bird, they gotta
Tim
go.
Duncan? You're sitting down. And what about you? You changing anyone in that lineup?
Nah, bro, Braun got to be in a lineup.
Bron has to be.
Has to be.
So does Steph.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Steph does too.
Okay.
I think Magic is a little outdated.
Magic.
Greatness is never outdated.
Yeah, but Steph can throw no look passes too.
Listen. I struggle with the Steph Magic. I'll give you Steph.
The Steph got 4-4. You got
I'll-
one more ring. Like
I will give you Steph or Magic. I will give you. I can see that. The other one, I don't see. He's a great 7th, 8th man.
Braun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great
nah.
7th.
He's wild. That's what I'm saying. People be disrespecting Braun.
I'm
Braun
not
is
disrespecting
elite.
him. I'm not disrespecting him at all. I think
Oh,
he's a
man.
terrific basketball player. I think he's what
If
he's
I wasn't
accomplished.
biased towards Kobe, I would put.
But
Braun
you know
there.
Kobe's a better.
Yeah, I know Kobe gonna win me the game. I ain't gonna lie. Kobe and Jordan gonna win me the game. Who's the best NYC basketball player of all time?
So I didn't get a chance to see. Don't point at yourself. You're not even in the top 5. I didn't get a chance to see Kenny Anderson firsthand, but the stories I've heard about Kenny, he was so dominant. In my time,
Yeah.
I thought Steph and Felipe were 2 of the best players I ever saw out of New York. Kareem Reed was one of the most impressive. I saw him put on a show in the first half when he was at St. Ray's Rice at Iona College at the time.
Mullen?
I didn't see Mullen
Okay,
play,
you see, okay.
like Mullen and Kenny, they're legendary stories about them.
Yeah.
But just the guys I saw, it would be Steph and Felipe 1 and 1A, and then Kareem probably right behind them. But as you know, there's so many great players in New York that sometimes aren't on the national, circuit, or you don't hear about them nationally, but you'll see them playing at a park, or you see them playing in certain leagues.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes New York such a unicorn. That stuff. Who's yours?
Me?
Of your time.
Sheesh. New York players. It'd be the older guys. You got Ron Artest. That was good. Kemba. Lance in high school. That's I'm Lance. So yeah, for my guy, Kemba and Lance.
Yeah.
Lance was OD.
Yeah.
He won 4 chips. Lance was OD. But I know some young kids that say me.
You do? I'd like to meet
probably some young ones.
I'd like to meet
There's
them.
some, I know there's some super young kids that haven't seen nobody else.
I would love to know where they would say Ian Jackson's the best.
But some super young kids that didn't see no Lance, they didn't see nobody else. Like for me, I know some young kids out there. Shout out to them. That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's a wrap for episode 5 of Johnnies Nation, presented by HSS. You can catch future episodes on YouTube and on other podcast platforms. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay locked in.